Okay, let's get started here. 7 o'clock. We are live. Waiting for that to pop up on there. Oh shoot! I did it again. Ah. Okay, here we are. Let's see if I can get this up and going. Look at that, live. Talk about strange. There's something to watch. You want my thumbprint now? Okay. And I have a commercial. Right on. We're starting out with a commercial. There you are, fella. Okay. I'm on. All right, Miss Wendy. Hello, Miss Wendy. Hi. How are you? All right, 11. Jack Dorsey, Calvin Evans, Jackie Barnes. Everybody's jumping on. All right. Let's rock and roll, huh? Good to see everybody. Steve, I watched your video, heartfelt. Thank you, Calvin. And I think I said Kevin when I first looked at it. And I cleaned my glasses before I got started. I tell you what, the responses I got on that video, the comments, and I try my best. There was 2 videos there. I try to read and respond to the comments as much as I possibly can. I'm sure I missed some. But I do my best. Man, my eyes were fried. I swear I wanted to just take them out, put them in a glass of water and let them rest. My God. There's Jeff Rohn. Hey, buddy. Michelle. All right. Michelle, Kelvin. Good to see you too. What is that? Hey, Steve. That's neat. That's different. Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Cabal. Hello, strangers. That's good. All right, man. You guys are pouring in. That's awesome. It's like the bus stopped out front and you guys are just, well, you're not unloading. You're loading in. Coming in. Hi, all. Coming in. Yep, that's it. Exactly. That's Jackie. Yep. Nice. Very good. Very cool. Let me see. How do I do this? So, last week we did. Now I did not fix this per se. What's going on here? There that is. There's the Roadcaster connected for calls and audio. And I still don't know why that didn't come over the speaker, but I think Jeff and I spoke earlier. I think we're going to have Jeff call in and on the office phone here. And I don't know why that says scan. Oh, that's for the lighting. Huh, this is picking up on the lighting. Stay off the lighting. You don't need to be on the lighting. Let me see. What do we got here? I had to skip an ad before coming in. I know. Me too. I was on my other channel, though, watching it, and I had to skip an ad, too. What the hell? What's that all about? Oh, man. Very cool. No, I'm glad everybody's here. That, what an outrageous video there. That turned out pretty good. I mean, a lot of people responded to that. Wow. I can't believe the stuff I heard and read on there from all you guys. I mean, comments are still coming in. I mean, just pretty much nonstop on that. A lot of love for that Bigfoot in the UK too. Not as much as this other one, but still a lot of love for that. Hey, you, somebody wrote in there. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Yeah, we keep going. Let me see. Brian. Hello, Brian. Great to see you too. All right, let's rock, man. We're going to get a lot of people in here tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be a really good show. I think there's a lot of people want to talk about that video. And I'll tell you what, thank you guys so very much for all the love and support you showed me on there. It just got to that point where I had to speak up. I had to say something about it. Like, as I was realizing more and more the crap that's going on, it's like it was mind blowing and upsetting. I mean, I'm serious because, wow, I've never had to work so hard in my life for something. And you wouldn't think it'd be all that hard. I mean, come on. So, you want to get this up and going. We want to get this channel doing really well. We want it supporting itself. We want to do big things with this platform, right? I mean, and the only way we're going to do that is if the channel continues to grow. But geez, I was just sitting there watching and refreshing my subscriber count. And I was at 35,675, right? I opened it up, 35,675. I refreshed, 35,672. But yeah, I went to that. I haven't checked lately, but that one video picked up 95 subscribers. But instead of going up, I mean, we did go up. Don't get me wrong. We did go up. But instead of just going up, I watch it drop. I'm like, what the hell? Then a little while later, I refreshed it and it went up and it was 2 over what it was. So it's like, it's just back and forth. It's a battle. So, I wonder how many people subscribe and get booted right off. So they tell me, and the stuff I was looking at and what you guys were saying, don't forget, remind your subscribers, remember to double check to make sure you're still subscribed. If you come on, you subscribe to the channel, double check it. Oh boy. All right. We got comments pouring in. All right. Steve, your videos are making a difference. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was Kelvin. Is that Renee? Rene? Is that Renee, right? Let me see. I don't know. I hope I got that right. 22 watching, 6. Yeah, 31 now. Thank you. Cabal, Steve, explain the buy me a coffee thing in more detail. Is better for the channel to become a member though there, right? It's always good for the channel. And yeah, you can become a member there as well. There's a memberships there. I only did the first one and it's $5 a month, and this was their suggested for a bronze and $50 for the year, but you can contribute you can contribute whatever you want to that, whatever amount you want to. And instead of 30% of that going to the powers that be, it's only 8%, which is very common, right? So it's 5%. And then when I transfer, there's like a 3% transfer fee. So it's really good. I mean, and I've read a lot of really good things about it, and everybody's doing it. Listen, I apologize to you guys if it seems like I'm trying to make money on this channel, because I'm not making money. It would take me years to make money and a lot of time and sacrifice. But in order to keep the channel going, I have to look at it kind of in a little bit of a business aspect. It's nothing personal, I mean, but they all do it. Everybody does it. And the only ones that are fooling you are the ones that are lying about it. And I'm not going to lie to you. You guys are my people. I'm not going to lie to you. So the channel needs to support to continue doing what we're doing. And if we're going to get out there and help others, I can't do it alone. So we're a team in this. We're a TAS family, right? So friends and family. So we need to do this together. And your support, physically, mentally, your comments, your being subscribed, being members. I don't care what level you're at. I care about you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do. So, but those things, if you want to contribute, if you can contribute, by all means, please do. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. Please, please do not put yourself out for me. You are still welcome and a part of the family no matter what. So I just want you to know that there's no guilt, there's no shame. If you can do something, by all means, I appreciate it. Until then, we're going to still continue, and I'll bust my ass. I'm going outside of the house and working, so I'm not just sitting here on my butt. I'm going out and trying to make extra money to take care of the back end stuff, my own personal stuff. So I'm doing what I can do, but it's just been tough. And that's why I said that in that video, that there's so much going on. that I have no control of, you know? And so like I spend so much time reading the comments, trying to make things better, trying to build things on the channel, make the channel better, trying to learn all this stuff. And then things just go wrong, seemingly all on their own. So, you know, and I'm finally starting to realize that it's not just me. Like I had a professional come and check and they're like, no, Steve, there's something going on here. So, you know, but, oh, hey, thank you so very much. See, there you go. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Can I like that? What do I do? I can like that. There we go. Thank you so much. I think I can heart it. Can I heart it? What is that? Oh yeah, I can. Ha. Oops. I don't know what that was, but awesome. All right. Let me see if I catch up with some of this. You guys are getting ahead of me here. Well, starting at 4 is great for me. What's starting at 4? I don't know what you mean there. Our time zones aren't different, are they? I don't think so. Let me see. It's great for me. I'm back. Netherlands. Awesome. Back the Netherlands is the time zone. Okay. Interesting. And a buy coffee is better for you. Yeah, it helps. It helps me. It helps the channel. It helps us with what we are doing here on the channel as far as growing, getting the word out, being able to continue getting the messages in and sharing them. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, and also being able to get to a point where we can help do more to help people outside the channel, people like Claire, like Kyle, like people outside of the channel that need help. I've been over backwards for that, and I will continue to do that as long as I can. But to do that, we need a strong platform. And so we just got to continue growing. And while we're being suppressed, it makes it a little bit more tough, but we're getting there. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep going. All right. I know I'm falling behind here. All right. So let me see. Where are we? And buy a cup of coffee. Oh, by the way, Rhonda, you know, I apologies that I didn't even have time to read that because we were going live when I seen that comment from you that's that long. I didn't even have time to read it. I was actually trying to kick back and watch a movie. Sure, I got a commercial here. I'm going to skip the commercial. I was actually trying to just unwind a little bit and watch a movie, and I couldn't even stay away from my phone because it kept just flashing with comments. So all day long from 7 o'clock this morning, I've been reading comments and trying to reply and stuff. So, and get other things done too. All right. So, all right. AFOB, friends. AFOB. Why am I missing that? But I don't know. Is it a e-transfer? You know, I don't know. You click on it, it goes there, and I don't know. It's not an e-transfer. I don't know. It's you got to use your bank card or something like that, I guess. You know, my wife tested it out first thing to make sure it was going to work and that, and it was just with a credit card or bank card, and it is safe. I looked into it. What about W? What do you mean by what about the? Unless I missed something there. Jackie. Hey, Renee. Am I saying that right? Is it Renee? R-E-N-A or R-E-N-E? I hope I'm saying that right. All right. Michelle, I just got an ad. Yeah. I got ads. This week we're getting ads. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. Jack Dorsey, you are doing big things. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate it. And it's like I continue to say, it's all of us. We're doing it because I wouldn't be here without you guys, okay? So it's you guys' support from the very beginning that keeps it going. Oh, you have a premium. Okay. You have a premium so you skip the ads. Smart. Yeah. They always get you coming and going, don't they? But YouTube is a crook. But we got to give them respect, right? It is a platform that we can use, and there's a lot of moving parts, and YouTube it's a big business. It's a big business, but it is a platform. Listen, eBay does the same thing. You know, they take a massive part of my wife's sales. They dip into everything. They don't lose a penny on anything. And so when they take that percentage, I kind of get it in a way, you know, because there's a lot going on behind it. So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to knock them for it. So, let me see. Well, I found out this is people in the U.S. can send money to Canada using an Interact e-transfer, but you must have an active email address or a mobile phone and an account with participating bank. I don't know, credit union. I use a credit union myself. Okay, let me see. But I think having an e-transfer capable is going to work better for a lot of us. No, I appreciate that. I just, you know, like I said, I don't want anybody doing anything they can't afford to do. And I'm trying. There's only just so many things that I can do, though. But I'm trying to make sure, you know, everything lines up right. And that I have an email address. Like, so you probably, they talk about Strange, you could probably quite literally, if you were going to do that, send it to that. And I mean, I think that's all it is you send it to the email address. And then I'd have to take it, transfer it to the bank or something. I don't know entirely, but that's what I'm gathering. I don't know. My kids do that stuff, so. But I think having each. All right, so what do we got? I know it will be all right. Ansel, hello, Colleen from New Mexico, USA. Here, thank you for your determination, Steve, aka Mr. Strange. All right. Which one are we going to use for that? Let's go to rim shot. No? Oh, I always have it turned down when I do that. All right. Not sure how or why closed captions is on. I don't know. It's not always. I'm not seeing it on here. Is it good though? Jeff? Can you do a liking? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Dylan. All right, Jackie. Yes, Steve, it's the 4 p.m. hour on the West Coast. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Wow. 7 here. All right. CC been turning itself on a lot, bro. Really? Huh. I haven't seen it here on this. That's weird. I don't know what that's about. But are you watching it on a TV screen? Maybe that's the difference. And W sent $5. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Now, how do I do this? I don't know how that works. I wanted to hit a like on it. It worked on, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just where it was lined up. Lydia, is that looks like one of those emojis. Is that something you created or is that part of the YouTube emojis? Just remember, everybody hit the coffee fun. Listen, we don't have to do that. If you guys can, great. I appreciate it. Not the donation, because it hit the donation that they do. They ask for 30% on him. That's on the other part. Coffee fund only takes 7, I think. Renee, don't see coffee, anything. So the Buy Me a Coffee is on the home page. And if you guys wanted to hit it, and you'd have to tell me, I can. And I'm working on this because I wanted to put it in the upper third corner of the screen so that it's just there. It's a scan code. And so I put this on here so you guys can see what the scan code looks like. So that's the scan code. So if you guys want me to put that up and you want to try it, just say the word and I'll put it back up and you can try it, okay? But you got to tell me. See, I just seen it pop up on there. Okay. All right. I'd like to have it smaller so I can just leave it on there in the corner. Don't see coffee, anything. Hi, came in. Other than that, the scan or you can go to the home page or at the bottom of the home page where you see all the links or in the more section. I don't know where it pops up. You know, Cabal's probably going to help me out with this again. But there's a link that you can just click on the link, and it's buy me a coffee at Mr. Strange, something like that. So you just click on that and it takes you right to it. So let me see. Hi, Steve, came in late. Essence Wild. Hello, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Late or not. Appreciate it. Drew, but how? Rhonda, I think the coffee fun thing is on the very beginning. It should be, like I said, it's on the homepage. So it should be right here. Like for me, if I click more on this, well, it come over on the side. I don't want that. Anyway, it's in the drop down. Dylan, you must present tribute to the tube. So do you get more from the product you have for sale? I make something on them. I don't make a ton on them, but because they charge so much, you got to kind of keep the cost down. So it's kind of a balancing act, but I definitely do make some on it. So, definitely you're getting it's good quality product. So if you guys buy something from the store, fantastic. And it does help out as well. Brenda, I thought we were going to talk about Bigfoot. Harry Scary, laugh out loud. Hey, Steve from Kansas. I'm trying to get caught up. I know. Let me see. Kick off subs. They kick subs off. Yeah, I've seen that. Just got to pay attention. Keep an eye on it. Make sure you stay subscribed. If you use the horizontal screen instead of the vertical, you can activate the diamond gifts. It's similar to TikTok coin, but YouTube has implemented their coin gift system. Okay, interesting. I probably have to do that on here to see it. I wonder if I could do that just to see it. Okay, so yeah. I would have to go out of the chat, which I see something in the bottom with a cash symbol on the bottom corner. What is this? Let me look. That's super stickers and super chat. Okay. Interesting. I've never seen them on there. I don't look for the stuff, so I don't know. All right. Stick around. We're going to talk some about Bigfoot. I'm sure we'll get to that, along with Domino's Pizza commercial as well. Oh, nice. Hey, that's a good commercial, right? I could eat a Domino's slice of pizza. No, I'm on my phone as usual. 45 people in chat. Yeah, awesome. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Don't be afraid to say hello. Don't be a stranger. Would be nice. I'm gone. Brenda, don't leave. Steve, you had to be the firm vertical has to do with filming it of it, not where you're looking at once it's ready to be filled. Oh, okay. I'd rather buy me a beer. There you go. Anyway, so yeah. Looks like Brenda might have left because we're not talking about Bigfoot. Come on, we got to talk a little bit about Bigfoot. It is the kind of where the channel is, right? So anyway, yeah, so the Bigfoot in UK, I mean, that was pretty awesome, and we got a lot of good feedback about that from some people out in Scotland and I mean, Australia, London, out there, in the UK, United Kingdom. We're really happy to see that because we haven't gotten a lot of that, so far. But some people did come on and say that they've had some Bigfoot stuff out there. Really cool. Now, Claire and the team were out there, as you know, they weren't out there for a funeral. That ended up happening, but for Wendy, but they were out there, and that was that whole thing where they went out for that funeral and was amongst the Klansmen for that whole thing. How amazing would that? Now, that is in the United Kingdom as well. I don't know exactly what part they were in. So, I'm not, I can't know that, but they were there in that. So that's neat. And some other people. Now, somebody wrote from Scotland and said that they have massive forests there that they could walk for days and not see another person, and said that there's a lot of stories there. But then I also hear them talking about a lot of dogmen and stuff like that encounters. So, there's a lot of different stuff going on over in the UK. Oh, let me see. The one said they live pretty close to Loch Ness. So the lake there. But that's pretty interesting. All right. We finally got a Bigfoot story from the UK. Yes, Cabal. Yeah, absolutely. Is there someone from the UK here in chat? No coffee feature found. I don't know what to say about that. It's on the home page in the links. It's underneath the links. So, anyway, yeah. Anybody here from UK? There usually is a couple people. Oh, let me see. I met a couple of college students from the University of Oregon yesterday. They stopped at the Area 58 Museum. The gal was from England. She believes in Bigfoot. All right. Miss Wendy, I'm from UK. All right. There we go. So, Miss Wendy, have any Bigfoot encounters or got any stories? Have you heard any stuff from yourself over in that area? I think you wrote me and talked about or brought up some people over there, Bigfoot channels and stuff. And they have a different name, right, too, for Bigfoot? You guys do? Let me see. I'll have to get a custom button made for you, Jeff, that says, buy me a beer. Right. That's what I should have put on there, right? Buy me a beer? No. Yeah. Then they'd be checking me for a liquor license, right? If I did that, my God. You've seen a Dogman. That's very interesting. Yeah, you should tell us about that if you want. If it's long, you can write it in. But yeah, very cool. Neat. Nice. But anyway, yeah, really cool. Really good stuff this week. That video got a lot of attention from you guys, like I said. And wow, the feedback I got from that and the comments and the information and different ideas that people shared about trying to, to continue growing the channels and what's going on with these other channels and some of the other people that are going through the same sort of stuff and having to work through that. But buy me a Sabe. Yeah, there you go. Right? Very cool. Funny. Sabe story. Yeah, we need them. Keep them coming in, right? We could use some more stories. If you got a story to send in, make sure you send it in. We'll get it shared on here. I know I got some more sitting there I got to get into. Like, I just been trying to get all this other stuff and trying to keep up with everything at the same time. So, let me see. Essence, while I found the coffee thing on the home page, the description and hit the more has a list. Renee says, nope. It's there, I promise. It's there. But yeah, if I could leave it on the screen, I wanted to put it on the upper corner or something so that if you guys wanted to hit it, you could. But like I said, it's there. See, when I feel comfortable telling my story, I'll write it in. All right, that's cool. I have told before, channel and everyone in the comments called me a liar, which really knocked my confidence. Yeah. You get very few of them here, as you probably know if you've been watching the videos, and you have, that we don't have a lot of that here. People, you might get one or two on a story at best. But for the most part, everybody's very supportive here. So we're all like-minded here, really. A lot of really good people. All right. Hey, this is really random, but did you chat with Apple maybe a couple of months ago about hard drive? Hey, this is really random, but did you chat in with Apple maybe a couple of months ago? Probably. I mean, I probably, yeah. I did call him. What was that about? I don't know if it was hard drive. There was another issue. Like I said, I've been having some issues, like I said. And, geez, are you the one I spoke with? That'd be funny. Small world. Whoever I spoke with, I did tell them the channel name. I tell everybody I can. Dogman. Miss Wendy, don't let those people get you down. I've seen Dogman too. Yeah, Jeff has a story on here about it. And I don't think anybody called him, a liar or anything. This is really funny. I'm talking and watching Steve on Talk About Strange, and then I'm watching for Steve and my accountant come to my place. That is funny. I don't want Dogman to be real. Don't say that. Oh, never know. This Wendy, this story about Dogman out there. Did you see the story? Jesse, I'm the one that helped you. You gave me your YouTube channel. I thought so. Jesse, right? And that's your actual name, right? Because I do remember that. And I do remember doing that. Well, thank you so very much for coming on. That's nice. Very cool. Yep. So we kind of meet face to face now. But yeah, I appreciate your help. Did a great job. Dylan, but I've seen some crazy stuff, so you're probably not crazy, right? Story anybody can read. Miracles actually put the writing into a good story. Absolutely. Yes, it's mine. Yes, it's me. Laugh out loud. Very cool. Cool stuff. Jesse, you're welcome. Thank you. For one, I'm very upset telling the story to punctuation, got it all. Good spelling. Yeah, well, it helps to have a little bit on the story, to kind of give it a go through. Helps out when I'm doing in my editing when I get it. So there's a few of them I get that are already all set and ready to rock and roll, but I usually still have to, and that's a lot of it's just me, the way I read, the way it processes. So it's just one of those things. Anyway, that the Bigfoot in UK. What did you guys think about that? There was a lot of information about that really I've heard before, kind of like that, looked like a tree stump, and then all of a sudden it just stood up and it wasn't a tree stump. I know I've heard stuff like that before where, just all of a sudden you're looking at something you can't even believe your eyes. Well, I'll tell you, Dogman is real. Yeah. Fun stuff, right? That's another thing I got to do. I got to get this thing. They have stands you can set these on. That'd be kind of neat. It'd be just a little bit easier, so I'm not turned down this way all the time when we're doing this, to be able to step by step. We'll keep getting this stuff together. But anyway, we got 52 people watching. Don't be afraid to jump in and say hello. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Let us know what you think about the stories that have been posted lately, or anything you want to talk about. Bring it up. Hey, Figgy. That's what we do. We just get on here and we shoot the breeze about all kinds of stuff. We don't always cover the stories a lot. We just get into conversations about all kinds of stuff, and we talk with people from all over the world. It's really an amazing thing. Sorry you're late. That's okay. We understand. We're glad you're here now. I've had a hairy stump encounter. Really? Scotch Valley, 733 in Pennsylvania. Yep, 734, 733. Yeah, you'll have to tell us about that one. Or did you share that one with us yet, Jackie? Rhonda. Depend on the phone entirely. I illuminate and talk into my phone. Yeah, I know. We've talked about it. I get it. I had a car versus Bigfoot wreck. Goodness gracious. That one we want to hear about. You have to send that in. Love to hear that. Woo, man. Who won? All right, Cabal. I've heard of Bigfoot carrying a full-grown pig under his arm, so I believe the sheep story. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everybody from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Good to see you here. Yes, Cabal, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure they would carry a sheep away. But, whoa, what a mess, right? Man. And then they got all that cotton or fur or whatever, the wool that they can use to wipe their mouth when they're done eating the sheep, right? Man, that's got to be a terrible scene. Miss Wendy, I promise I'll send my encounter in, but first I have to get through my brother's funeral. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. My brother died suddenly March 4th of a blood clot in his heart. Oh, he had just turned 53. Oh, man. That's terrible. Yeah, my condolences. All of our condolences go out to you. I haven't sent it in to you, but I have shared with some. Okay. All right. Well, hey, Dylan, but what's the definition of real? Some reports have them coming through portals like alternate dimensions. We've heard some of that. I mean, we've heard it all. So, boy, we've heard it all, haven't we? I mean, we've been through some stories. We've heard some stuff. I mean, seriously. Boy, some of the stuff we've learned and found out. Man, it was from another realm. I've heard different stuff about that. Condolences, Wendy. And we got another commercial. Where's the story? Car versus Bigfoot. Yeah, we definitely want to hear that one. I had to skip the commercial. Nice. We got 51 people up watching. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. All right. So, what else have we got here? So, anyway, Jeff, do you have the office number? You want to give this a go? Getting so many commercials now. This is the third time in 20 minutes. Wow. Really? What is going on? That is weird. I don't know why they have so many commercials on it. Last week there wasn't any, I don't think, was there? Maybe there was a couple. I didn't get any. So I'm so sorry when, yeah. All right, I'm talking about that. Car 55-0, Harry guy never stopped. Wow. Oy, 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 oy. Man, that had to have been something else. Wow. Okay, there's Jeff. I guess that means you're monetized now, Steve. Oh, I've been monetized for a long time. I don't know why they do that though. Here's Jeff. Okay, let's get Jeff on the phone. I gotta make sure I do this right. I think I did it right. Jeff, do we have you? You there? Oh, you're a little broken up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let's try the Roadcaster once and see if it goes through.
All right.
Okay. Talk to me.
Tell me when to talk.
Oh, holy smokes. You're talking. Keep talking.
I don't know why we did that. Here's Jeff. Okay. Let's get Jeff on the phone.
I heard you louder for a second there, but then you got quiet again. Wait,
Am I coming through?
there you are. Now I'm going to try.
Call back.
No, just do me a favor. Count to 10. Is that awkward? Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay, Jeff?
Should I sing a song?
No. Can you hear me? All right. You're right there.
Okay.
So that's the Bluetooth one. So I got you loud and clear. Does
So
everybody
I'm
else?
not hearing anything on your end at all.
Oh, you're not hearing me? That's weird.
Loud and clear, Jackie?
Yeah, but why are you not hearing me? That's strange. You should be hearing me right through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I got you.
I cannot hear you, Steve. And I think I got a big delay in your YouTube live too. I'm probably 10 seconds behind on the screen.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm aware of that part. I just don't know why you can't hear me.
Nope, I cannot hear you at all.
Let me see if I can figure out why. You should be able to hear me through the speaker system just like everybody else is. Hold on, let me try. That's here. Now that mutes me. And I think that mutes you. And now you got real quiet for me again. They can hear us both on here. If you want to try to hang up, call back again. Try it, Jeff. You want to hang up and call back? I'm not hearing you. You should be hearing me right back through it. If you're coming through the Bluetooth. Process.
Yeah, well, I can't hear you at all, so it's pretty awkward.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second. Hold on. I got an idea. I'm going to put you on speaker. Okay.
I hear you now.
Now you can hear me? Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. So that's just another one of those. This is what I mean. This is just another one of those weird things that we continue to have to deal with. But
Okay, Steve, can you hear me? Because I hear you now.
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, so you're coming in loud and clear too on my end. So
Well, I put you on speaker and I'm holding you by the microphone so that everybody else can hear you.
oh, okay, great. Hi, everybody.
Everybody, you guys can hear all right, right? I hate that delay that we have, but
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that or not. I'll have to get in the system. That's one of those things I'll have to check out. I'm waiting for somebody to say.
Well,
I
think I paused your broadcast a few times accidentally, so I think it put me behind. I think I'm actually 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, it generally is about that. People are saying hi. Jeff needs to hear you the way he hears you through the YouTube. Then he can hear him. But anyway, they're saying yes, they can hear you. I think they can hear you fine now. They can hear us both now. So
Okay.
This is what I did the last time. Anyway.
Yeah. It worked for Jack. It can work for me.
Yeah. Right. Better, right? Right, Jack? You're in there, right? Still? So anyway, yeah. So why don't you tell us, you want to tell us about one of your recent adventures?
Oh, let's see. I haven't had too many recent adventures, but I can tell you a real funny one.
All right.
Well, I was at my Camp Broken Arrow with a friend of mine, and we had a fire going, and we had walked down the hill a little bit to where a stump, I call it the stump, and we were sitting at the stump, and we're kind of looking out at the forest, and the friend that was with me, we both went to the same high school, and there was a kid named Bobby. He passed away several years ago, but he was kind of an awkward kid, real nice guy. Everybody liked him, and he was in my chemistry class with me. I know this is non-Bigfoot stuff, but it's actually a story I think I only told once in an interview. Anyway, so Bobby was in my chemistry class, and in chemistry class you got those great big black laboratory tables, and every table had a Bunsen burner. and and we used to take a quarter, and we would play football with it. You would hold it with your finger and spin it with your other finger, and if it landed on the edge of the table, it like part of it hung over the table, that was a touchdown. Well, anyway, Bobby and I used to play that a lot, and so one time I decided as a joke to heat the quarter up first. So I turned the Bunsen burner on, heated it up, and then I was flipping the quarter from hand to hand so it wouldn't burn me. And I go, "Hey, Bobby, you want to play football?" And he was like, "Okay." So I tossed him the quarter, and it landed in his hand, and it burned his hand, and he dropped the quarter, and we all laughed. I mean, I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but everyone thought it was funny, even Bobby. Well, so I'm telling this story to my friend at Camp Broken Arrow, just like I told you guys a story. All of a sudden, up by the fire, I heard a gun go off. It sounded like someone shot a .22. And I went, "What the heck was that?" So we ran up there, and I saw this rock laying in the trail next to the fire, and I picked it up. Well, the rock had exploded because it got too hot. I picked the rock up and burned my hand.
Payback.
I looked up in the sky. I said, "Good one, Bobby. You got me, Bobby."
Yeah. It sounds like there was a little bit of payback going on there. Wow.
Yeah, it was perfect time. It was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Something about Broken Arrow. I don't know, but yeah, that's wild. That's wild. So anyway, that video that the one that was on Flash of Beauty that I played in that video. Now, tell me again, who was that did that video, that Bigfoot running? Somebody else came on and said that I was a Thinker Dunker, or somebody was saying that it was fake or something like that, or what's the story behind that? You know more about it than I do, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's not really a Bigfoot. It is a real video of a person. There were two videos. There was one of the person just walking or acting like he's running through the woods, and then another one when he's wearing a suit. Anyway, if I can, I'll read Cliff Barrickman from Finding Bigfoot knows a little bit about this, and so I'll just read what he posted about it.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, he says this thermal footage was filmed from a helicopter by FLIR for the 1994 Unsolved Mysteries episode shot here in Oregon, specifically the east side of Mount Hood. This was an episode that featured Peter Byrne and his Bigfoot research project. He was showing he had access to a helicopter and high-end technology at a moment's notice. Well, the footage was found in 2015 on a VHS tape in a closet at FLIR, the company, while they were filming. The tape was only marked Bigfoot with no other information. FLIR contacted us at Finding Bigfoot. This is Cliff Barrickman talking. We had a very good relationship with FLIR and worked with them closely to ask us if we knew anything about it. We almost used that footage for the show, but Lauren Coleman told me he recognized the footage when I showed it to him in person at his museum in Maine. Shortly thereafter, Lauren emailed me with the source, Unsolved Mysteries. I then contacted Larry Lund, who was often with Peter on such occasions, for confirmation, which he supplied in the form of photographs taken at the shoot. So the footage itself is not a hoax, in that it was shot for a recreation of what such footage could look like.
Right.
So anyway, I think I've seen that footage from a long time ago, but I think there's other footage out there from a drone or something. But so
what year was that originally?
2004, I think, or 1990. No, 1994.
And they had drones doing FLIR then.
Well, this was filmed from a helicopter using FLIR.
Or okay, a helicopter using FLIR. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I watched it. And I thought it was really wild because when you're watching, I mean, how big was this guy that was running? Because it looks like he might be wearing a suit, but he looks big, and he's traveling. I mean, he's moving pretty good.
Well, I mean, I've watched it a bunch of times, and I mean, it's hard to really tell how big he is and how fast he's really going, because you don't really see the ground. If you were filming somebody on the ground and they run by you could tell how fast they're going. But from up there, and then Tobe Johnson had talked to Tobe's from Flash of Beauty. He talked to somebody who actually, I guess he works or does investigations at Skinwalker Ranch, and he develops FLIR technology. And that guy said, after watching it, 95% absolutely not a real Bigfoot.
Right. Wow.
So,
wow. Huh. Okay. Wild. Yeah, that's good information to know.
Yeah.
So you guys got it right here from our own Jeff Rohn on Talk About Strange.
Well, yeah. But, anything else you want to talk about? I can debunk? No.
Well, I've always said that you've got a lot of channel knowledge and a lot of connections with people that, you got a lot of stuff. So you have to see if you can bring any of them over for an interview or something. I'll see if I can get this. I don't know why. See, we finally got you on the Bluetooth, but then you couldn't hear me, which really sucks. Like, it's always something, isn't it? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. There's probably not a lot of people that heard that the dancing flame there. We talked about that, you and I did recently, because of the Claire in over there at that funeral, and the Klansmen doing dancing and the flames moving along with them. You said it really rang a note with you from that time that were out camping with your friend. So, I mean, that's something interesting that you could tell us a little bit about what you thought about that.
Yeah. So people who don't know about the Dancing Flame deal, I was in Idaho in the Bitterroot Mountains with my buddy Jim. We call him Elk. Anyway, so we were sleeping in a canvas tent that he used to use for when he went elk hunting back in the day. Well, I woke up to all these bright lights flashing all over the place. And I look out the front of the tent, and there were two flames side by side dancing next to each other, going maybe 3 or 4 feet tall all the way up to 10 to 12 feet tall, side by side. And, I call them the Dancing Flames. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Hey, Jim, wake up. Our fire started by itself." And he looked out the front of the tent and went, "Oh, it did." And we both sat there for 15 to 20 minutes. That's the time we pretty much agreed on. Then we watched it as two 10-foot tall black figures walked around the flames in a clockwise position until we watched that until the flames completely went down and it went completely dark. And the only difference between Jim and myself in the story is he said he heard me snoring first, and I heard him snoring first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the only other story I've ever heard was the fire that you talked about, read about, and was it when they threw some of her mom's ashes on it? Is that when the flames went way up?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what it was. Yeah. When they sprinkled the ashes on and the flames would go shooting up to the sky, towards the sky.
Yeah.
And they said that when they were dancing, when she was watching them dance or move, whatever they do around the flames seemed to be moving in sequence with them or something. So, I mean, pretty wild stuff, really. Yeah, crazy.
I instantly, like, my ears perked up, and I was like, wow, my gosh, this is the most closest thing that I've ever heard.
When I read that, I thought of you right off the bat. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna flip when he hears this.
And I did.
Yep. Wow. Yeah. So we continue to get a lot of great information. And that's what I was saying on there. It's just a shame that so much of it is being withheld. Like it's crazy how much of it doesn't get put out there. I go and I look at the impressions and it says like 31,000 impressions, on a video that you would think would be getting way, they'd be putting out in front of way more people than that. But it's just, it's a weird, very weird system that's designed really weird. I mean, I get it, but it almost seems like the more technology is involved with all this, the less people get to see of it, So, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on there. And I think, I don't know, seems like the closer you get to the truth, the further they want to
push it away. Yeah. Shut it down. Maybe they're afraid that once people have it, the information, it'll hurt. I mean, God, it'd blow up the channels. If anything, I wouldn't think it would hurt them, maybe over the next 50 or 100 years. But I mean, you couldn't get much bigger news than that. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it all plays out. We'll just continue getting the stories and sharing them.
Just keep doing what you're doing, and you seem to be helping a lot of people, and that's why I do the interviews that I do. Is I've had so many crazy things happen in my life that maybe one person will, hear my story and realize they're just as crazy as. I mean, they're not crazy after all.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. We're all a little crazy, right? We have to be. It's the only way to be sane in this world is to be just a little bit off. So yeah.
Yeah. I had a really good conversation with a couple of people last summer, I think it was. I was in a little town next to me at the bank, and I was coming out of the parking lot driving, and a gal looked at me like she knew me, and I looked at her like she looked familiar to me. And then I went down the road, and she ended up next to me at a stoplight and rolled her window down and said, "Hey, are you Jeff Rohn?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, I recognize you from A Flash of Beauty, the documentary." And anyway, we ended up getting each other's information, and I went to her brother's house in town here and talked to the two of them for like 3.5 hours. They had Bigfoot, UFO, all kinds of crazy experiences their whole childhood and into their adult life, and they never talked to anybody about it. And she saw my interview, Paranormal of Jeff Rohn on Flash of Beauty, and she saw that interview, and she thought, "Oh my gosh, I can trust this guy, and he lives in my town." So it was really neat to sit with them, and there were some very similar things that happened to him, the brother, that happened to me, and it really, probably didn't answer all of his questions, but it sure shed some light on, that what happened to him was real, right. And it was just really good for them to talk about it. So that's what your show is all about. Right. That's why I've been following you from practically the beginning. Yeah.
And I appreciate it, because that is the whole idea. That's what it's grown into. Like, I mean, when I started this out, I've said it a million times. You guys are probably sick of hearing it. I didn't plan on this. I had no idea it was going to turn into this. It was just, I thought I was just doing this little hobby thing. But it's reached out to and touched so many people. And just when I found that people were able to have a voice and share things that they've been unable to share other places and stuff, that I just knew that, there was something here. And I don't know what it was that just, I guess all that feedback and all of you that just kept me going with it. So, and it just continues to grow. I'm surprised. I can't wait to see what it's like in another, 5 years, where we're at, 3-5 years. I mean, where we're at and what we're doing. It's pretty amazing. And I mean, when you read the comments and the things that people say, I question myself all the time because of it. And then I read that, and it's like, wow, where am I going? I mean, these people, this is, you guys we're all, like we say, we're a TAS family. So, I mean, it's become quite a phenomenon, really, as far as I'm concerned. But
I see John Sumner in the chat mentions Chuck Jacobs.
Okay.
He's from Arizona, and he's mentioning about Chuck has had mind speak, and I've had mind speak several times, and I know other people who have too. In fact, I talked to Chuck on the phone once, and we have a couple of mutual friends too. So he's got a really good interview too. If you ever get a hold of Chuck Jacobs, he's got a YouTube channel. He's interesting, very interesting.
Really interesting. Yeah. Well, don't be afraid to try and make those connections. When you talk to somebody with us, and bring them in or bring me over. Like, I do my best, but it's kind of tough for me. So anybody is, I'm willing to talk to anybody if they just reach out. I do the best I can. There's some stuff I miss. Like, some people have talked to me. One of your other friends there that I got a commercial here. I got to skip by it. That we were gonna talk or do an interview, but she wanted to talk on the phone first. And it's not that I don't want to. I just haven't. That's why I did that video, because I'm so upset that everything I do seems to take forever. Like, my God, it's gut wrenching, because, you go to do something that should take 15 minutes, and all of a sudden it takes you an hour and a half, 2 hours, or 3-4 hours, and your entire day is gone. And it's like, holy crap, what happened to the day? And now you fall behind. You're trying to play catch up all the time. And, eventually I'll get those bugs out and stuff like that. And, that's, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I have the same problems here with technology.
Yeah. It's something else. So then, you just can't help but wonder if there's a little bit more behind it. But yeah.
Actually, Jackie Barnes is one of the people that I told her about your channel, and there's a couple other people that get on here that I told. Yeah.
Yep. No, you have. Yeah, I know. You have, for sure, and I appreciate it. Now, we're talking about you and I. If we can, hopefully, we'll get together this summer and get out there and do some filming and see if we can, find some stuff and have some fun, and something that we can share here on the channel for everybody. So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
What are you doing in July? It would be wonderful if you could come out here for Sasquatch Summerfest in Oak Ridge, Oregon. The Area 58 Paranormal Museum people put that on.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, don't let me forget, and shoot me an email about it with that information, and I'll see what I can plan out. I'll try. So, it'd be nice if I can.
Yeah, real hoot. Yeah.
Renee just became a level 1 Strange fan. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, good. I think Renee lives up in northern Washington, if I recall.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
northeast, up like by Medellin Falls or something like that.
Nice. Well, thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. So, but I've talked about doing a membership where we have a membership chat, a group chat with like this with members, and so I'm not trying to alienate anybody. It's just sometimes that's just nice too, for the members to be able to do that and get together, and but I still want to have all my regular going live with everybody else as well. So nobody's missing out on anything. So, but
yeah. Well, you're doing this 2 weeks in a row, right? Usually it's once a month.
No, I was going to do it. What I was going to do is, God, it's so tough, because I love coming on here with everybody. So I was going to do the first of the month was going to be a live open chat for everybody. And then the third week of the month was going to be members only, which today is, I think, the third week of the month, right? And then something comes up every time, and we just end up doing the whole live. And I've been doing it almost every week. I think I've only skipped one weekend, because I did it last week. The week before I didn't, right? I did it last week. Was it last week? Yeah, we had it last week. I missed the week before. Right. Okay. I didn't do it, but
yeah.
So it's tough. I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm trying to make everybody happy at the same time, and try to be fair and and we just want to continue doing it. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is doing it every week, unless I have something that comes up or something's planned and I can't. So, I think I just do my best, and we'll continue to try and plan something, or a certain day or something, or at least maybe even pick one day a week, or, that we can do a members only like group meeting or something. So.
Yeah, and as long as you're having fun doing it, then whatever, right?
Right. Yeah, I enjoy it. Like, I live for this, and we get on here and we talk and we meet new people, and we talk from people from all over the world, and we get to talk about the channel and what we're doing, how it's growing. So it's not all Bigfoot. I mean, we really get off topic. We really do. I fight to try to keep everybody on topic, but it don't happen. Like, we talk about everything on here, so which is good,
Yeah.
it's-
Oh yeah, like my life experiences are a little bit of everything. I saw my dad's spirit leave his body when he died.
Wow.
I heard my grandma say goodbye when she died. I had a strange dream with my grandfather a couple of days before he died, where he and I met. It felt like we were up in the heavens in this dream, and my grandfather, he looked like he was 40 years old, and he was kind of a movie star looks, I guess. Everybody loved him, local veterinarian, and he said, Jeff, I just want to get to know you, and because we never had a close relationship. And so just things like that. A friend of mine from high school passed away one day. I was at home taking a nap, and I heard her say, "See you, JR."
Oh,
JR.
wow.
And it was her voice, and I jumped up off the couch and kind of cussed and screamed. And when I got a hold of her mom, I told her it was like 2:20 in the afternoon, and her mom said, "Yeah, that would have been the time she died on the operating table."
Wow.
So, I mean, all kinds of stuff like this has happened to me.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Not all that, but and I haven't had it lately, thank God. But I kind of have a thing where I tend to know when somebody's gonna die, or they'll even tell me, like, just out of the blue. I've had almost complete strangers tell me that they're pretty much done, and then within a few days to a week they're dead, and it's like very strange stuff. But I know we knew a guy in town back when I was 15. Great guy, big guy, biker. Hell of a guy, scary, man. People were scared of him. He looked miserable, and people were always afraid to go talk to him. We used to dare each other, go talk to him. We're like, I ain't talk to him. He'd kill you, He just looked, and he had the ripped off sleeve jean vest, and half the time no shirt under, and but he was just this phenomenal guy, and did stuff for kids and all kinds of stuff. But one day, I forget. He left someplace or something, and I said to my buddy, I said, he's gonna die tonight, and he goes, what? He goes, I says, I just seen him crash his van in my mind, and then we left and we drove down the road, and we seen the fire department stuff, and we drove down around the corner from where it was, and we seen his van up in the trees. And the weird thing is he went off the road to the right. The right was a hill, so it was a ditch, and it was almost a straight incline. So we went up into the hill, back down around, and he hit the corner of the roof of the van, got pushed in with a tree, pushed it down in a little ways, and he hit it with his head. Just one bump, just one little bump to the forehead. That's the only mark he had on him, and he died. But
oh my God.
Yeah. 1985, I think that was when that happened.
Jeez.
It was weird, but I've had a few of those things happen, so I know what you're talking about. It's weird.
Wow. I just thought something just popped into my head that I wanted to share if we're still going here.
Sure. You guys want to hear something else from Jeff?
No, you're gonna. No. I keep thinking of more things to say, but okay. Last April, I was in my man cave, and I was watching a movie or something, and I think it was 7:15 p.m., and it was still light outside, there was the loudest explosion I've ever heard. The man cave rocked, it shook everything, and I thought something had crashed in the field next to me. Well, I ended up jumping in my rig and driving around. I'm in a rural area, and there was all kinds of people outside walking around, and none of us could figure out what we heard, but everybody said that their entire house shook from the explosion.
Wow.
There was no smoke anywhere, no fire, no.
That sounds like a sonic boom to me.
Multiply that by 50.
Oh, really? Well, it depends on how low it is. But if you think about a craft or something going over over that area at that speed, especially at a low level, it would be like that, and you wouldn't see it be gone so fast.
Well, that would be about the only explanation I can come up with. But
wow.
I didn't hear a plane, or I ran outside immediately, and I didn't see anything. I mean, I do have some hills around me where it could have gone by to the north, and I couldn't see it. But it was crazy. I mean, I've heard sonic booms before, but not at ground level.
Yeah, well, you see, when they show it like on TV and that, I've seen them. I've been there close up at the airport when they've done it, because I used to deliver fuel there, and it was wild when that would hit. It's like, whoa, because they'd go out and do maneuvers, and they'd fly low levels, but still not that low even. But yeah. Jackie says she can listen to you all day. Welcome to Talk About Strange, host Jeff Rohn this evening.
Yeah, well, you can put me on your podcast every time so I can pronounce the names right and the states right.
Ah, wow.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know. It's terrible, right? Wow.
You're like my little brother, Steve. I can tease you.
Yes, sir. You sure can. Let me see. As many Jack enjoyed adventure with him. It's wealth of knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely do have a wealth of knowledge. That's for sure. And jokes. You guys hit that. The heart and like for Jeff. I see a bunch of smiling faces.
Oh, I see where Jackie Barnes just bought me a beer. So, hey, thanks, Jackie.
Oh, there you go. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. That's great. All right. Well, yeah. So anyway, very interesting. I don't know if you got anything else there, but that was really good. We'll have to do this again. I do appreciate it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's fun doing it. I'll let you get back to your regular broadcast, and it was great that you had me on. And
yeah,
I hope to hear from some other members or people.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious if anybody else would like to call in, has anything they want to share. Maybe we could get somebody else on here quick. And before we wrap up, we'll have somebody else call in. If you guys want to call, if someone wants to call in, we'll pick somebody out here, and maybe we'll do something here. How about Renee? Does Renee want to call in?
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. How about Renee? Give us a call, Renee. I might have to give you the number here. So, Jeff, if you want to just type that out on there, you got it right there with you, right? Or do you want me to?
You do it. I can't do three things at once here.
That was my problem. All right, buddy. I'm going to let you go so I can get my other phone where I got the number.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, good. He hung up because I didn't know how to. All right. How about it? Renee, do you want to call in? If not, to somebody else. But let me get to the number so I can give you the number here. All right. My office. I'm going to have to put that up on here, right? On the screen somehow. I wish I could figure out how to do that. So, let me see. Can I write it in there? See if I can do it here with this. All right. So we got 15603 3033 3156. Oh, wait, there's a 585 in here. I missed something. Oh, it's not 315. It's 585. 585. I'm used to it. My other phone is 315. So 585 603 3033. Is that the way I should be doing it? Here we go. There it is. And that's the channel I'm on, Evolution of Building. So that's the one I'm using for it. And what was this? Well, that was 2 voicemails. I don't know what that one is. So if you want to call in, give us a call. Oh, that's on another phone anyway. That's why. Jeff was great. Yes, he was. Jeff, thank you so much for doing that for us. A lot of fun information. And Jeff has his story on here as well, the Dancing Flames. So if you guys ever want to check that out, go watch that. And like Johnny Carson would say, I'm humbled by the applause, laugh out loud. Very good. Very good. How? How what? How do you call? You dial that number, 585-603-3033. And I'll answer if you want to. So just say it. I missed a lot of stuff on here. How do I get that back down? Oh, there we go. Now I can get back to the comments. I don't know. While we're waiting there, we have picked up. Now, Renee, you're not going to show up here yet, but we have picked up new members on the channel. So let me see if I can get to them. And I would just I'll send a shout out and a thank you to all you guys. Start from the bottom up. We got Jeff Rohn, Cowie Elpa, Heathen Mama 5, A.B. Rodham, Renee, it's Renee, Old Soul of Mine, Renita Tankersley, Cabal 313, Yama Phoenix, Derek Burry, Driftless, Jackie Barnes, and these are new subscribed. Sarah Smith, Jamie Bueller, and Mara and Marjo Weg. Thank you guys so very much for becoming members. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support for the channel, and we're going to continue doing that and growing. But it really means a lot to me. I appreciate it because you're investing not just in the channel, but your faith in me, and I really appreciate that. So it's definitely appreciated. All right, what do we got here? So I don't think Renee's calling in. That's okay if you don't want to. Say it again, Steve. Which part did I say? Let me see. The account of Jeff's story was consistent with other sightings. I have no doubt believing his account of these things, and I appreciate him reaching out. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. Who's on the phone? Jeff from who? What? Jeff Rohn from Flash of Beauty. He was interviewed on Flash of Beauty, and he also spends a lot of time over at oh geez, what is that again? Where is it? Sorry, Jeff. My mind melts on here. The Route 88 Museum. I know I'm saying that wrong. Put it up there, Jeff, will you? Oh, wait, there we go. Hello?
Hello, Steve.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun. There it is. You fixed it.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah. There. That's for you. We got the phone working. How do you like that?
Right on.
Very nice. So I don't have to put it on speaker, and my arm was getting tired holding the phone up to the speaker.
Yeah,
Like,
we enjoyed that.
say again?
It was it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you're over in Washington?
Well, I'm up in the northeast corner of Washington, between
Nice.
Idaho and Canada. Anyway, the thing with the foot in the car happened in California.
Okay.
Back in 1990, I was camping a logging job and picking out all the bigger timber. And then I don't think I'm happy about it because I was camping by myself in a job everybody else was shooting. One night, I was camped right beside the road, and there's a ravine across the road. Something screaming like a wall of fire came down the ravine, and another came up the ravine at the same time, doing the same thing. And it was loud. And I was like, what in the world? And they met opposite camp across the ravine, stopped screaming, and started picking wood like crazy. It just sounded like my force snapping.
Wow.
And I opened the door and said, shut up! And they did.
What?
I had no idea what it was. But then a different night, one right up to my camper window, and just like that, I just about dropped it.
Wow.
But while I was still on this job, different week, I went down the mountain from Lassen down towards Redding, and like 9 o'clock at night. And I was driving along 55 miles an hour. This thing came off of the high embankment on my right. I saw it in my peripheral vision. It's dark. And so I kind of crossed over the center line a bit, and this thing, it caught up to me. It was coming angled. It was going faster than 55 on legs. And hit my car so hard it was like a big oak tree. It just stopped cold, right, dead water.
Holy smokes.
It fell the wrong direction. And this thing just kept riding like nothing happened.
Goodness
And my
gracious.
My door, my fender were destroyed. There was feces all down the side of the car. The door frame was caved in. It made a mess of the car, and it acted like nothing happened.
It just kept right on going.
Just kept right on going.
Son of a gun. Wowza, wowza, wowza.
It was coming so fast that I think if I had seen it in my provision, it would just ran from me and it would have been gone. But because I changed lanes, noticed it, kind of was leading it and ran into it then, and it worked like a reverse pin over. It just stopped me cold.
Wowza.
But I think they were mad at me because I'm taking out all the timber, and it was a gated area. Nobody ever went, and they were living in there.
Right. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That was in the hills of Mount Lassen, Redding, California.
Wowza.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I can't believe you did that. And now, you said they quieted down. Did they start back up, or they just, that was it?
Nope. That was that's all I know.
I keep getting this clicking. I keep getting this clicking in my ear that's cutting out, and that's why I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to adjust this. I don't know if it's on my end, but when you're talking, I keep getting this click. I don't know if do you have the volume up on wherever you're watching the show, or there's some kind of a relay click or something happening, and I don't know what it is, but it's not real bad.
I've got a Bluetooth speaker on.
It might be
turned off my Bluetooth speaker. Is it still doing it?
Yeah. It just did it. It's weird. It might be the system just picking up and trying to adjust for the sound or something. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I've had a handful of other things happen, and since that was 1990, I've had others happen here in Washington. One of the weirdest things was I had brand new trash cans, and I heard a noise outside at the middle of the night. I went outside. Something that was black and hairy and gigantic was bent over one of the trash cans, and I had the lid tied shut with a twine. It was untied, And this big black hairy, and I hollered. I thought it was a cat. It jumped, I'm thinking 30 feet at least, without the ground. And the hair was just clean and black and shiny, you could imagine.
Really?
And then I had, there's some other down on a different level of my land, about 15-foot drop off of some pile of tin, and that thing, that pile of tin, just a couple of, and so I could judge, you know, how far it went. And the jumps, it jumped about 150 each in like 3 jumps. It was like, wow, that thing was slim.
Holy smokes. You got to wonder what the heck that was. Now, was it bipedal or you just not?
I never saw arms. I didn't see legs.
Sure.
I didn't see a head. A giant ball of hair, and it just launched.
And it was dark because a bear wouldn't jump like that.
Oh, a bear's not going to run 60 miles an hour and hit a car. A bear's not going to jump.
No, I'm talking about the jump. Yeah, the jump, right. The only thing I could think of that can jump that high would be like a cougar or something. But wow.
That's too far, I think, for a cougar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's my process of elimination. If the creature can't do what I just saw,
right,
it can't be something else. It's got to be something else.
Right. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the other stuff I could tell you. I've had my house slapped. Sounded like the roof came off or a tree on it. Boom.
Wow.
Another time I was sleeping and I heard this real light sleeper, and I heard this stomp that was coming from a distance. Woke me up before it got to my house. It was stomping so loud, ran between my house and my motorhome and kept running, and it sounded like it weighed a couple of tons. It was just boom, 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 boom.
Wow. Amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. You didn't get a look at.
I could go on.
So you're out now. Describe the area around you where you live or where you do that camping. Is it a lot of woods and mountains?
Well, where I was in California, it was woods, forest, mountains. But here, where I am now, a big long ridge that's timbered, and there's other people who live up here, very many, and that's a dead end road. And I can see miles off of this place.
Ah. Now, you've had it there or just in Washington?
This is Washington, where I'm talking about now. The car thing was in California.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But I've had the rock clack in here. My daughter's horses here for a while, and the mane kept getting braided. And the horse. And
the mane?
I've heard voices in the woods. Yeah, they
got braided?
Braided, yeah. I had to keep cutting chunks of the mane out and throw it because
I've heard something about that before. Yeah. Somebody else mentioned something about that before happening. Interesting. That is very interesting, right?
Last summer, I heard some voice in the woods that weren't anything I recognized. It sounded like, deep voices talking. They were definitely having a conversation, but I tried to sneak out to pick up on them, and they before I could get my coat on and get out there.
Well, you're a courageous man.
Might not have been such a good
idea. Yep, absolutely. It's funny.
Anymore, my head's really on a swivel anymore.
What's that?
My head's really on a swivel these days. I've seen so many weird things.
Well, sure. Yeah, when you experience that kind of stuff, it kind of puts you on high alert. Absolutely.
Well, you realize there's a lot more possibilities than what you've been told about.
Oh, yeah. And that's what over this past almost 2 years now, that's what I've been finding out is I just continue to learn more and more and more and more. Like, I think it's good that for anybody to come into this as a skeptic, because as a skeptic with an open mind, you're gonna learn. Even with a closed mind, you hear enough and see enough, you're gonna learn anyway. But I think it's good to come in as a bit of a skeptic, curious and learning the information and finding out. Because I'd rather be, that way and continue to learn than to be absolute and be, and done. Like, yeah, I already know, whatever. To me, it just blows my mind. And it's not even just the phenomenon of Bigfoot, Klansmen, you know, whoever or whatever you want to call them. There's so many different names, and but it's the people. That's not the only phenomenon. The phenomenon is you guys and the people, us. What we're doing is the phenomenon. What we're learning and how we're all coming together, unified in this. Like on here, we talked with people from all over the world, and that's a phenomenon in itself. So when you think about this whole thing, how it brings people together, like Jeff invited me out for that conference they're doing, or that to get together. That would be, you know, phenomenal. And that's something where you're bringing people together, like-minded people, and sharing stories and information. So I think the whole thing in a whole is a phenomenon in itself, don't you?
Oh, definitely.
And
my
the
mind
people.
really opened to possibilities back in 1979. I was logging down in the Sierras, California, and Catsky and I were just after work having a beer up on this town, and this black triangle went over the top of it like it was hundreds of feet from the corner and silent, just went drifting over the top of us. And that's when I realized there's stuff I know about, and
Right.
it's real.
Right. Yeah, I watch the sky every night, especially on clear skies. I watch it, and I see more and more all the time. And some of it just doesn't move like a satellite. Like they say, a lot of it's satellite, but some of it just doesn't move like satellites. So you know that there's probably something else up there that's doing that. That I don't know. Yeah, you got to wonder. You got to wonder about that as well, right? Absolutely, especially when you see it like that. Yeah, for sure. Now,
Well,
did
this was
you?
a shit.
Did you watch that video that I did? He wrote in the one-eyed Bigfoot. Have you seen that
No.
video? That was from a logger. That's from a logger out from in Washington. This was his father or grandfather. I think it was his grandfather. They got attacked up on while logging. They went up to check the equipment. They got sent back up and got bombarded. They got rocks thrown at them. They tried to barricade themselves with the dozer. It was a whole thing. And this was back in the day. And I think it was the grandfather was an axeman. So he was up. He went at it with an axe. And you'll want to watch that story.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great story. I think the grandson or whatever, I think it's the grandson that shared the story. It was his grandfather and his father. I think his father died. I don't remember. I think his father might have died or he got injured bad. But yeah, the grandfather, I think it was, or the grandfather, one of them took an eye out of the Bigfoot's eye out, or Klansman's eye.
Oh.
But they were being attacked. I mean, viciously attacked. So they
Right.
fought
I
back.
would never attempt to hurt one unless I had.
No, they were trying to. They were attacking them, like they were under attack.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah, so,
Definitely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was a self-defense thing. It wasn't. There. But
Yeah.
Again, and you got to feel bad because you know why. You already know why they were being attacked because of the forest, but being stripped and stuff probably. So, but yeah, it's just turned into a bad situation. But yeah, really great story. And I think the grandson still is logger. So, but he moved away or something. He didn't want to be, but he ended up being a logger. That's kind of how it is. I didn't want to be a contractor, but I ended up being a contractor. It's kind of how it goes.
Make it somehow.
Yeah, you got it. Wow. Well, yeah, check that out. One-eyed Bigfoot. Tell me what you think about that
I'll do
story.
that.
And yeah, we got a lot of great stuff, and we still got a lot more coming and more stories coming. Somebody wrote into me some really fascinating stuff that I want to share here. I got to get to that story. Just some really fascinating, smaller type cryptids that you wouldn't expect. So that was kind of cryptid or possible cryptid. So really neat story they sent in to me. I just have to check it over because there's some stuff I guess doesn't want to share. So, but there's some stuff that he wants to share. So I'll have to get to that so that everybody can enjoy that one. But anyway, Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling in. I really appreciate it. And thank you for
problem.
becoming a member. I appreciate that and making a contribution there to the channel. So, all that counts and helps us continue to do what we're doing and keep growing and sharing this. But what a great crowd we have here. I see this Long Island Bigfoot jumped in here. That's a new one for us. I love seeing new names and faces on the channel every weekend when we get on here. I see John Summers on there talking. But yeah. Anyway, Renee, thank you so much for calling in. And
You're welcome.
I do appreciate it, and we'll have to do it again sometime soon.
Well, thanks for what you do. I like your show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. So
we'll talk to you later.
All right, you take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Very cool. You guys like that? Something's clicking here. What's that about? Huh. That was weird. You guys hear that? That's weird. So we're still working the bugs out on this call-in thing. Let me see if I can get caught up with you guys. You guys are really, really getting into it here, having a hell of a conversation. I'm missing out on a lot of stuff here, but that's all right. I'm glad you guys are having a good conversation here. Let me see. Long Island Bigfoot. Hello. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you here before. It's amazing how spread out community like build a network. I'd like to show mind individual. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Space junk is an excuse. Yep, for sure. Right. All right. Love it. Long Island Bigfoot. Dang. Wish knew it was there summer. Yeah. We got a lot of stuff here. Anyway. Yeah. Wow. Down to earth folks don't always get the big attention, but stay in the zone. It's important. Yeah, sure is. Absolutely. Andy, liking the call-ins? Absolutely. Me too. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We'll probably continue to do that each week. We'll pick one or two people, and if you guys got a story you want to share, maybe even shoot me an email. So somebody else was telling me I should be starting an email list to just so that we have like a backup of contacts and stuff like that in case like the whole thing should go kapooey. So, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think about that. And, but if, I could set something up for that so that we have it anyway, or if we have like some kind of email notifications come up. I don't know a lot about that stuff, but I know people do it. So kind of a big deal. We'll figure that out as we go. Up here, I walked through vision in my dream last summer. Wow. Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we can cover, don't we? All right. Well, anyway, hey, listen, you guys, I've had a great time tonight. We've had a really good show. I think we had one or two people drop out. It's too bad they dropped out because it got really interesting there, didn't it? We'll have to do that. And like I said, if you have a story you want to share on a call in, give us a call. We want to keep it, somewhat short, but we'll be able to have 10, 15 minute conversation or whatever. And, try to get a couple people call in and keep doing that. That's a lot of fun. And, Jeff, if you can get anybody over at Flash of Beauty or any of these other contacts you have that we talked about, that want to call in maybe next Sunday and jump in on a conversation and share some information with us and give their channel a shout out and that. So, that'd be great too. We'll keep doing that. And the museum, have them, maybe if somebody from over there wants to call in and talk about it. So we'll do that. So we try to continue to get the word out about that channel as well. But all right. So, in that area, and get that invite over to me. So, the information for that get together. All right. And I think I'm going to call it a night here, unless you guys are going to stay and chat while I'm gone. But yeah, I think I'm going to go. I think I'll go finish my movie and relax and kind of shut my brain down for the evening and and get ready for the week. I don't know what's going on this week. I got to go to physical therapy for my knee in the morning. And then after that, I think I got a job that I got to work on this week. So we'll see what I can do this week. I'll do my best to get something out there shared with you guys. And so we'll have something to talk about next week. But anyway, again, you guys be safe. You have a wonderful week. I really, really appreciate you being here with me tonight. And there's Cabal saying bye, strangers. We'll see you later, Cabal. You guys, I really appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday. So we'll do this again. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.